say that you needed to leave right after?
I did need to leave, but all the emotions came in, and I wanted everyone to clap, so I don't want to be rude.
So you're gonna stay with us?
Oh no, I still have to leave.
I don't want to be rude.
Please excuse me, and if I don't see you guys, have a good evening, goodbye, and farewell.
Thank you for serving. Appreciate you.
We should clap them out.
It's a big bear.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see what we got.
6.2, College of the Sequoias update by Dr. Brent Calvin, COS President, Superintendent.
I don't know how much to follow that.
Right?
I gotta follow the comedian?
We set you up perfect, Dr. Calvin.
Oh, yeah, right. Hello, everybody. Brent Calvin, lucky enough to serve as Superintendent and President at the College of the Sequoia, joined by our Board President, Mr. Raymond Macareno. And thrilled to be here once again. I'm going to make it quick because we've got some chess champs here, and we've got some guitar champs here, and we're going to hang around and see those presentations as well, and hopefully get our hands on a few of these cookies over here if we stay long enough. Don't have a PowerPoint tonight. I goofed that up somehow. So you've got the printed copies. There's printed copies in the back, folks, if you'd like to get one. Just want to share a little bit about what we've had going on as a college this year, and then I'll get to the data. But as many of you know, we opened up a 70,000 square foot technology and trades complex in Tulare. It fits right in with what I think is the very finest welding facility on the West Coast. AWS, when they do their West Coast championships, they host them at our facility. And so we doubled down on that investment in career and tech ed and built this tech and trades complex. It's kind of like combination. Every classroom's half shop, half classroom. So automotive, electrical, construction, industrial maintenance, industrial technology, robotics, carpentry, it's all there. And every classroom, like for automotive, we've got probably 20 engines, we've got car lifts, we've got cars in the shop, and then there's a classroom area. And so students and their instructor can just kind of go back and forth. When the eyes start to gloss over during lecture, you can pull them out in the shop, and it's really a cool facility. So if you haven't made your way out there, it's about a half-mile past Mission Oak in Tulare on Bardsley, on the opposite side of the road, and it's just gorgeous. 500 acres is what we have down there. It's a really nice facility. So we just opened that in January, and then we just broke ground on our University Center, which expands our partnership with Fresno State. Currently, we offer 5 bachelor's and 2 master's degrees through Fresno State on our Visalia campus. And this project, which will be done during the 27-28 year, it'll expand those programs and hopefully bring in another university or 2. We think it's a real game changer for this region. I think so many of our graduates tap out after an associate's degree with us because they don't want to drive to Fresno or Bakersfield or have to pay a second rent there. This will allow our students to just continue and earn their bachelor degree and a master's degree if they want to right in Tulare County. So we're excited about that. Just broke ground on it. It's at the corner of Tulare and Mooney in Visalia. So excited about that news. But I'm not here to brag about that. I'm here to brag about this data that I'm going to show you here. The first slide says students from Farmersville High School fall enrollment trend. And you can see that our student count hit a high watermark of 339 students from Farmersville High School in the fall of 2024. That's what most of this data is based on. Fall of 24 or spring of 25. You can see there's a grand total of 339 students. That includes 91 first-time students, 173 continuing students, 26 returning students after a short hiatus, and then 44 dual enrollment students. So all of those, with maybe one exception, all of those are all-time highs. So we're excited about that and enjoy the partnership that we enjoy with Farmersville. The second sheet is entitled Full-Time Enrollment, Percent of Students Enrolled Full-Time. And we include this data just because it's so important for our students to get as close to full-time, if not full-time, as they can. We all know what a struggle college can be, and if you're doing it 3 or 6 units at a time, it's even tougher, which is why we have hundreds and hundreds of on-campus jobs to offer our students. It's why we invest in various co-curricular activities to keep our students on campus longer. It's why we have such great, inexpensive food on campus to keep them from, once you leave campus to go to In-N-Out Burger, you're not coming back for a tutoring session or whatever. You're not coming back. So we've got great food at very, very reasonable prices on our campus. And so you see that last year, for whatever reason, these numbers kind of dipped, and they're on their way back up. 68% of first-time freshman students were enrolled full-time. That's a great number. Like to see it back to the mid-70s like we did in fall of 20 and fall of 22. And then down the left-hand side, you can see the various declared majors for the students from Farmersville. Looks like a lot of would-be teachers. Liberal arts and health science is leading the pack, but you've also got university studies for math and science, as well as elementary school teachers as well. So hopefully they're all coming back to work here once they get their 4-year degrees and their credential. Moving on to page 3 in this presentation is you can see the percentage of students that have been placed directly into transfer level English without requiring support. You can still have the 1-unit support class every week if you choose, but you're not required to take it. And for whatever reason, fall of 22 and fall of 23, we dipped a little bit. Some would say it was kind of a result of COVID. We kind of blamed a lot of things on COVID, but for whatever reason, it was low for a couple fall semesters, and now we're back at 89%, which is a great, great number. Great to see, and excited to see that number coming back up to its historical highs. The next page is course success for all students. This is a really good number. It's an all-time high. Your students reached 76%. So all of your students taking all of their classes, 76% were successful. That's a really good number. I do 15 of these presentations, and you're always looking for something in the 70 to 80% range. And so 76% is a really good number. And then you look down through the gender and ethnicity, the various demographics, and no big achievement gaps. So things are looking good there as well. And then finally, I think all of our favorite page is the graduates and awards. We had an all-time high of 68 graduates. I guess this was last spring, spring of 24. 68 graduates representing 79 awards. You can see what those awards were, the type, as well as the declared majors down the left-hand side. And it's a nice mix. Again, quite a number of would-be teachers, if they so choose to pursue their credential after this. You could have a number of your former students coming back to apply for teaching positions here. With that, I'll open it up to any questions that you might have for me.
Yes, good afternoon. I like your diagrams. By any chance, you have one for mathematics?
We used to. At one point, we said we would place students based on their experience on one placement test. Probably the same way you and I took one test to get placed in college math and English. And there was a law, AB 705, 5 years ago, that changed that. And they said, no more can you offer one test, not just COS, but UCLA, Cal State Fullerton, Long Beach State. They all have to take into account students' grades in that particular class in high school, as well as their overall experience in high school, and submit that to the state for approval. And at first, math tried to do it, and it just got pretty complicated because there's so many different math tracks, depending on if you're a STEM major or something like that. So virtually all of our students going into general ed will go directly into stats without being required to take the, because stats is transfer level math, without being required to take the,
The 230 to 200?
yeah, the 230 and it's illegal, if you can believe this, it's illegal to have anything below transfer level math or English for that matter. That was the whole basis of AB 705 was don't put students in below transfer level English and math. Put them directly into transfer level English and math. And on the English side, at least for us, the English side, we can still require a 1 hour per week support class. In math, we can, but we don't make it a requirement. So we don't even put that slide in here anymore. It's virtually 100% of students go directly into transfer level stats.
Two more questions, so
Mhm.
quick. So I know that you only go back 5 years. I know that in 2020 we had the COVID, so the numbers, I'm glad that they're going up. But do we have, from your knowledge, have the numbers gone up since 2019?
The
I know
numbers.
they're not here, but it's just
In what's that?
In-
Which one are you looking at?
in enrollment.
Enrollment? I think 339 was an all-time high.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, I can go back and check. In fact, some of your colleagues may even have that from previous, because we just go out 5 years. But I think 339 may have been an all-time high.
And with my last question is there any particular services or programs that you see that benefit, especially our kids here in Farmersville when they go to COS?
Well, not just students from Farmersville. We've got a student success program that enrolls about 2,500 students, 3,000 students a year. EOPS, which is Equal Opportunity Program Services, which enrolls about 11 or 1,200. Puente, the Puente program, several others that depending on where students are at in their educational journey, they require counselor interaction several times a semester, which has proven to be very effective. On the student success side, they meet with student success coordinators just to find out where they're at. On the like Puente program, they require you to have a cohort and you take English and several other classes together. Those have all proven to be very, very effective for all of our students, which is why our graduation rates are through the roof. I think Raymond and I just had our graduation last Thursday, and we had 3,600 successful completers, which is by far an all-time high, up by about 15%. So yeah, continuing to climb. We also had 1,200 of our graduates chose to walk in graduation, which was amazing. We filled the Mineral King Bowl up twice, and it seats probably close to 10,000. We filled it up twice, 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So.
Well, I'm kind of glad you mentioned Puente. I was part of Puente.
Puentista?
Yes. and
Look at
thanks
you.
Thanks to Mrs. Jordan
Yeah. Yeah.
and Mrs. Guadiana. I went to
Yeah.
UC Santa Barbara.
Oh,
Thanks to them.
they're fabulous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Joni Jordan is a board
She
member.
is in Color Rossi.
Yeah, and works with Raymond's wife at Cutler Rossi. Joni Jordan's awesome, and Teresa Guadiana, we lost her, but what an angel she was. She was all about student success. So,
Yeah,
congratulations.
thanks.
It did well for you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Any other questions for me?
Just
Sure.
one quick question.
Yeah.
So I see like COS has its own high school, and right, like a high school attached to it in a way.
We're more of a landlord.
And-
We don't, we have no, it's through the Tulare County Office of Ed, they're the charter. And for 2 more years, we'll be the landlord, and then they're moving into their campus out on, I think it's 264, where Liberty School used to be. But go on, yeah.
Nice. And then some of those students that are in high school, are they able to? Do they graduate with an associate's as well sometimes?
Some of them do.
Right.
Yeah, not a lot, but they're all required. Part of their charter is they're required to take, I want to say 6 units a year. So maybe they have to graduate with at least 24, so they're almost halfway there, 40% of the way there. Some students do graduate with with an AA degree. Not, I wouldn't say it's common. Maybe, what do we hear about? Maybe handful a year, 2 or 3 a year, but it does happen occasionally.
Right. And just out of curiosity, is Farmersville in the place right now that the kids could graduate with an AA? Like, do we have everything that we need in-house, or do we need to continue? Say we wanted to put our kids on that pathway, and they said, okay, in-house we have X, Y, and Z, but you still need ABC, which you could only obtain at COS. And so, I guess my question would be, do you guys have some type of map that we as a district can start implementing and saying, okay, we want our kids to graduate with an associate's, so we're going to start incorporating ABC because we don't have it. And
Yeah, so
just-
we wouldn't be close in any of our high schools. None of our 18 or 20. The state doesn't give us any extra money for dual enrollment. We just have to kind of fit it in with what we've historically been paid for. So, yeah, so we're not going to be able to offer enough courses at any high school, regardless of size, to even come close to an AA degree just in-house. There's concurrent enrollment. Lots and lots of students are concurrently enrolled, and what that means is they come to one of our campuses, and/or they take online classes, and then that's very doable. And I would say most students that, because you read about it all the time, there's always a couple at different high schools. Most of them got through it with concurrent enrollment, coming on their own time, night classes, online classes, to get an AA degree. If that's important to you, that would be the way to do it. UPHS, it's University Preparatory High School, and the fact that they're on our campus, they can spend their entire afternoon just walking and signing up in any class they want. A few of those are dual enrollment, but not very many. They have the luxury of just being able to be on our campus as a regular college student. So they'll take their high school classes in the morning, and then be free to take over the next 3 or 4 hours, take college classes. That's how they do it.
Makes sense.
My granddaughter graduated Thursday, and she transferred to Northridge Animation, and she got all her prerequisites here, so now she gets to have fun down there, she says,
That's great.
which is great. And,
That was a good party on Thursday night, wasn't
it
it?
was packed. You know what, she's had good support the whole time, you know what I mean? And they grow up, and then you let them go, and Grandma has a hard time letting go, but she's gone, so it is what it is. It's a great program. Appreciate you
Well,
guys
thank
a
you.
lot.
Appreciate that a lot.
I don't have any questions, just want to say thank you. Thank you for always coming and presenting and giving us the good news.
I appreciate that, and thank you for being the acting president tonight. You're gonna get all kinds of stuff done tonight. aren't you?
I hope so. I'm gonna take it.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you again,
you.
Dr. Calvin. Thank you, Mr. Macareno.
Thank you. Okay. 6.3, today we have the Snowden Chess Club recognition.
Yes, we do have Mr. Sanchez, who will be bringing forward members of the chess club.
They were waiting and waiting.
Hello, everybody. First and foremost, let's give them a round of applause. Alrighty, so being the coach of Snowden Chess Club has been one of my greatest honors. In my second year of teaching, I had the privilege of taking over for Mrs. Feynman, my childhood chess coach. Mrs. Feynman built a legacy of excellence, leading Farmersville students to countless victories and even to state-level competitions. To carry on that tradition has meant so much to me. I am incredibly proud of every single one of my chess students and all they've accomplished. Each year, we go head-to-head with schools from Fresno and Clovis, determined to bring home first-place trophies for Farmersville. The path is never easy. Many of those schools have multiple coaches and even offer chess as an elective. But we never let that stop us. We face every challenge with determination and heart. When the Snowden Chess Club steps off the bus, other schools know we're there to handle business and fight for the win. This year alone, we've earned 2 first-place trophies, 1 second-place trophy, and 2 third-place finishes. That's a testament to the grit and talent of our team. As many of you know, this is my final year with Snowden as I prepare to begin a new chapter at Hester Elementary. My hope is that chess will continue to thrive at Snowden and that Hester will soon become a name recognized and respected throughout Tulare and Fresno counties. Thank you. I want to give a special thanks to some amazing people who made this journey possible. Principal Navarez for attending every single tournament and always ensuring we had what we needed. Dr. Monroy for allowing us to host a tournament at Freedom Elementary. Principal Sanchez for reigniting chess at the junior high, hosting their first tournament in years, and even helping drive our chess club float in the parade. Coach Ruth, who is not here today, but is my right hand, and reliable, hardworking, and always there to help get things done. She gave her all for our students, volunteering purely out of the love for chess, for Farmersville and our kids. Let's give her a round of applause. My beautiful wife who holds down the fort and tends to our beautiful Princess Amelia. This allowed me to be there for my students and be the best coach I can for them. And of course, to our chess parents. You're in the crowd, raise your hand if you're a chess parent. Your support has been invaluable. None of this would have been possible without you. Thank you again, amazing work students, and as always, go Falcons. Thanks again.
Mr. Sanchez, can you give us their names?
So we have Jacqueline, raise your hand, Jacqueline. We have Jayla, raise your hand, Jayla. Israel, raise your hand. And Matias, with his trophies in his hand.
Mr. Sanchez, can you line up with them and see if parents might want to take a picture with them? And school board, would you be okay with standing and taking a picture with them as well?
This way, with everybody behind us.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you again, Mr. Sanchez.
Very good. You guys have anything you want to share, anything?
Great accomplishment, guys. I know it's a lot of hard work, but I'm pretty sure your parents are very, have some bragging rights whenever they go to barbecue. They probably brag about your guys' trophies. So, same to you, Mr. Sanchez. We appreciate the hard work and the effort and dedication you give to these kids. And good job in representing Farmersville. We definitely appreciate it. You make us proud. Good job, guys.
Yep, I did appreciate the song, They're Not Like Us. At the parade, that was cool.
Yeah. But next time you come, you have to challenge one of the board members. Okay? You got me?
I already lost.
You won. I'm not challenging.
He's got the most trophies.
And I heard legacy. I heard Mrs. Feynman. I heard a lot of people being talked about. And so I also heard your ask about creating something at Hester School. I think we can definitely make something happen. So we're
Yes,
proud of everything that
yes.
you're doing for our students. Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Appreciate you, sir.
I think the first time I learned how to play chess was at Snowden School, and my teacher was Mrs. Sanders. So I don't know if anybody was here for anything else.
semester, it's going to be K through 3, so they have K all the way to 12th grade.
Wow.
So I would probably be extending it to our kindergartners and first graders next year.
Yay. Okay. All right, 6.4, we also have another great presentation from the Farmersville High School guitar.
Mr. Nelson will hold his annual guitar presentation and awards for his students. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Nelson.
Once upon a time, when I was in my 30s, I challenged a student at Freedom, and they were a chess student, and I thought proudly, I got this. I want to win. And that student had me in 2 minutes. And I was like, I'm never playing chess again in my life. So, and I bet you guys could do that too. Guys, congratulations. I'm so proud of you guys. Well, if you guys don't know me, my name is Brian Nelson, or Mr. Nelson. I'm the guitar music teacher here in Farmersville Unified. I teach guitar from grades 7 to 12, both at the junior high and the high school. I teach beginning, intermediate, advanced guitar, as well as our newly created Sierreño guitar at the high school this year. I wanted to thank you all for allowing me to come to speak on behalf of some of the events we did this year, visitors we had on our campus, and our awards our students achieved this year. So let's get going. So this year we began by having many of our FHS advanced class students perform at the Fall Festival here in Farmersville. And in November we did our first mini music tour with the FHS advanced and Sierreño students. They played here at Freedom, then they had a performance at COS, and then they ended at Blue Oak Academy, who's sometimes those students do come over here, so we wanted to go break down the wall and introduce ourselves. So it was a really nice tour that the kiddos did. And then after that, our Sierreño students have really been awesome this year. It's been a great program. They played at a couple rallies. They even played at the Christmas tree lighting ceremony here in Farmersville. After we returned from the winter break, our competitive season started, and this year we had more than one group compete at the Fresno City College Guitar Summit. So last 2 years, we had one group with 2 soloists. This year, we brought 4 groups and 2 soloists. So it was a big, big step up. This was our first year with our junior high students competing. And I want to give one of our board members, Mr. Freddie, a shout out because he chaperoned in the rain. Yeah. Shortly after this, our FHS advanced students competed a second time at the CMEA Strings Festival at Tulare Union. And then we did a third competition at our local COS with the small solo and small ensembles festival there. And finally, we did a fourth competition this year. Our students played at the state level. That's like, again, not just local, but like that's kind of the big one. You have to qualify for it. Our students played at their solo small ensembles festival at Sacramento State. So, and I'll tell you guys all those scores that they got in just a few minutes. So I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you some notable guests that we had on our campus this school year. So this school year, our guitar program, people seem to be interested in it. So we hosted 4 different visitors this year. Our first visitor was Mrs. Natalie Martinez, who you guys might remember is the daughter of our beloved retired music teacher, Mr. Blackham, from Pleasant View. So she came out and got in touch with me, and they were observing our program. In fact, she visited once last year, and then to inspire her students to play guitar, she brought them all this year. I'm thinking way back when Dr. Gonzalez escorted them into the room, and that feels like a long time ago now. But it was a nice class performance the students had. We also had Mr. Dennis Mack. He is the guitar professor at COS, and he came to visit our students, and I didn't know he existed, and he didn't know we existed. So we all learned that we exist. So it was great times. But he was able to connect with the kids and just kind of explore that, oh, high school guitar programs are a thing. Third, we had Mr. Calvin and Mr. Macareno come visit us. Again, he's the COS president and the COS board president. And they did a wonderful job coming and introducing and just letting students fire questions at them. So it was a great visit. Thank you guys for coming. It was really nice. And then lastly, we had a teacher. Her name's Leah Ritt. She came to visit all the way from Oceanside High School. It's kind of a weird way I met her, but it's through a teacher's kind of forum. And she's actually writing her doctoral thesis, which is centered on how teachers culturally educate students with a variety of backgrounds. I had to remember how she put that. And she was amazed with our students and left feeling so inspired by our kids. Once she left, she's like, I can't wait to go home and write. I just can't wait. So more power to her on the thesis. So all in all, it was a really amazing year of visitors. So next, I'd like to share the scores of our competitions. If you're unfamiliar with scoring at music festivals and competitions, it basically works like this. There are 5 categories, and 1 is the best rating. You want a 1, it's called a superior, and 2 is called an excellent, 3 is called a good, 4, Miss Alstead might correct me, but I can't remember. I don't know what it is. It's a fair, I think. And then a 5 is a needs improvement. And I've never seen anyone get that, but hopefully I never will. You basically want to aim for a 1. But in all truthfulness, a 2 is like still really good. So 2 is good, 1 is great. So when our students perform at these festivals, when they do the smaller ones, it is important to note that they can also receive what's called a command performance, which is basically like where all the judges are just beyond speechless and are like, why do we have this paper? Let's just, yeah, that's so great. Basically, the judges kind of lose their mind while kind of just stuck in the moment, and they almost just forget to score you. So they're like, yeah, that was a command performance. That's kind of how it works. So, and I just want to kind of remind everybody, like when students go to these events, these festivals, Ms. McIntosh and Ms. Alstead can vouch for this. This is hours upon hours and hours of meticulous planning for teachers. Like I'm already planning next year. And it's hard work for students. They're literally graded on every tone, not just the note, but every tone and the way that one sound comes out. It's very meticulous. And these students really do put an incredible amount of work in, both in guitar and band. So, now, we did get a lot of physical plaques and awards, but they were sitting on my desk, and I was planning on presenting 2 weeks ago, I think. And the students were like, when are you going to hang them up? So I just hung them up. So I'll just tell you guys what we got. At Fresno, our junior high kids were up against some really tough competition. This was their first time competing at Fresno. Almost half of the class was brand new to guitar, our junior high competition group. And they scored a 3rd place trophy in the competition. And our FHS, this is kind of interesting, our FHS intermediate went against our FHS advanced students on this. And there was about 5 or 6 other schools that they were going against too, but of course they were more focused on just beating each other, right? Local bragging rights, basically. And surprisingly, our intermediate class beat our advanced class this year. I don't know, but it was really fun to watch that. Our intermediate scored a third place trophy at this event as well. So our advanced kids did make a comeback though. At Fresno City College, we did have four competitors, and our other one was a big shocker for me. Our Sierreño group, who will perform for you guys tonight. They got first place. Wow. So it was our first year with Sierreño, and Lindsay High School's already been doing this a while, and they are kind of setting the speed for this in schools, but you guys should come visit and just watch these students in class. I have never seen students so dedicated to excellence, and I feel like I'm their cheerleader most of the time. Like, yeah, all right, I'll just go stand over here. I feel like I'm interrupting band practice half the time. So they're very, very dedicated, and you'll see in just a little bit. So our advanced students did go to Tulare CMEA, and they got some redemption after they lost to their own schoolmates here. They worked very hard to clean things up from Fresno, and so they also had really hard college level music. They pulled off what's called a unanimous superior, and this is where all 3 of the judges basically score you in the top bracket for your performance. And our students also received a top score, a superior score in their sight reading as well. So it was really good. Didn't realize I had so much to say, but here we go. At local solo and small ensembles, this is kind of where students can, it's more spotlighted, where they play solos and things, not the big group, or they have just a small group. This was at COS, it's hosted at COS every year. We took 7 soloists, and you know, they have to volunteer, and they have to be pretty brave to do this. And then we also had them play as a big group, so a group of 7. So of the 7 soloists who played, we had 1 score a 3, we had 2 score a 2, and we had 2 score a 1. So it was pretty good. But then we had 2 students this year who went above the 1. So these 2 students will play for you tonight, and they scored a command performance, which I can't really explain it to you. When you see a person who really knows music and you see their face, and they turn over to you and go, "Do they get private lessons or who?" Me, you know, like that. It's pretty. It's such an amazing feeling, and so. Yes, they pulled that off, and so they get to play in this little showcase at the end of the day with all these other students who do get private lessons, and it would make you proud to see that these kids are up there just hammering it away with some of these students who, you know, probably got a lot of investment behind them. So it's pretty cool. That's why I feel like I'm their cheerleader. It's just an awesome thing to see. So if you qualify at COS, then you're allowed to go to Sacramento State Solo and Small Ensemble Festival. So this year we took the same students to Sacramento State. Only 5 were accepted to perform their solos, but the large group ensemble had qualified the year before as well. So for this event, 1 of our soloists scored a 2, 2 of them scored a 1, and the other 2 who are here tonight also scored a command, and this is at the state level. So I was going to show a video, but I think we're having some technical things. So to top it off, I was going to show you this video. You guys will just have to go to our YouTube page. You know, just type in YouTube, Farmersville Guitar. All you guys can be new subscribers, and it will pop right up there. You just go to Sacramento State, and our group performance. Well, these guys really wanted to clean it up because they only got a 1. They wanted a command at COS, so they wanted the command, and they really cleaned it up. And man, I tell you, it was an amazing performance. So they got a 1. So, or I'm sorry, they got a command performance. So. So enough from me. Tonight we will have 2 of our soloists play for you. The 2 who scored the command performances will play for you. Up first, I don't know if he's around the corner. Maybe he is. His name is Martin Cedeño Valenzuela. If you'd like to give him a round of applause. I'll let Martin fill out the room real quick, but I'll just let you guys know that this piece, when you study guitar in college, there's 400 levels, at least from when I was in there. And this is a 400 level piece. So this is a piece that a student would play right before they're gonna graduate college. So think about that. It's also a Brazilian piece, so you're gonna love it. And up next, we have Antonio Santos coming down from the backstage area. There he is. And Antonio, do you want to tell everyone what you're playing? Or okay, yeah, he likes to talk. All right, and up next we have 4 guys who have been really working hard all year, and it's been a fun journey watching these guys go from, because being someone who played in bands, it's fun to watch how bands develop, and sometimes you kick members out and add members in. These guys have really held on to each other, and the bass player just started playing this year. So when you watch these guys, you're gonna be pretty amazed. One of them never played any music like this before. I don't even know if he ever held a pick before. So it's pretty crazy to see this. So Samuel, are you guys ready? Are they coming? Are they? Okay, there we go, all right. And so this is our newest installment of guitar at the high school. This is our Sierreña group. Let's see, Mr. Mendez. So we're gonna go to the next. I'm sorry, I'm still listening to music in my head. We're gonna go to the retirement portion, correct? And then we'll have these guys come back and play for everybody.
Please, thank you so much.
This is Grupo Cuatro Instantes. They will be opening for Peso Pluma at the Save Mart Center.
Wow.
Fantastic job.
And that concludes guitar. Thank you guys for listening to me talk way too much. Thank you.
Fantastic job, sir.
Do you want us to comment or just
Yes.
move on? Do you guys have anything you guys want to share
Oh, no, good.
in regards
Good,
to that
good.
presentation? Are they for hire? Okay, 6.5, recognition of retirees.
Do you want me to take over?
Yes, please.
All right, well, looks like we have a beautiful packed house, and it's always a good thing when you have a baby in the room. It's always a blessing, okay? So the district would like to take a moment to honor and recognize two of our dedicated retirees. At this moment, I'd like to give our Hester School principal the opportunity to come on up and say a few words for Miss Lori Luna.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Mr. Mendez, FUSD colleagues, and FUSD families. I am Ms. Boss, principal of J. Hester Elementary, with first grade team right behind me, and we stand here before you today to celebrate and honor an educator who has been a guiding light in our school community for many, many years. It is with deep appreciation that we recognize the retirement of Mrs. Lori Luna. So, Mrs. Luna, dear Mrs. Lori Luna, on behalf of J. Hester Elementary, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude and heartfelt thanks to you for your incredible 33 years of dedication, hard work, and commitment to the Farmersville Unified School District. Your passion for education, your unwavering support for students, and your inspiring leadership have left an indelible mark on this community. For over 3 decades, you have not only imparted knowledge to your students, but have also served as a guiding light for your colleagues. Your love for teaching, your patience, and your compassionate nature have shaped the lives of countless children and created a nurturing environment that will be remembered for generations to come. You have been a mentor, a role model, and a friend to all who have had the privilege of working alongside you. The legacy of your care, dedication, and expertise will continue to resonate within the halls of Hester Elementary long after your well-earned retirement. As you embark on this new chapter in your life, please know that your contributions to our students, our district, and our hearts will never be forgotten. We are so grateful for everything you've done, and we wish you a future filled with happiness, relaxation, and the same joy you've so generously shared with us and the children over the years. Thank you, Mrs. Luna, for an outstanding 33 years of service. Your impact will always be felt. With deep appreciation and warmest regards, J.E. Hester Elementary staff.
After 33 wonderful years of teaching first grade, it's time for me to say goodbye. It has been an incredible journey filled with laughter, learning, and countless memories. I've had joy watching little ones take their first steps into reading, problem solving, and discovering the world around them. Each child has left a mark on my heart, and I am so grateful for the trusted families the trust the families have placed in me over the years. I've had the privilege of working alongside dedicated colleagues who have also become lifelong friends. While it's hard to say goodbye, I leave with a heart full of gratitude and pride, and thank you for letting me be part of the Farmersville family.
Amen.
Thank you.
Mrs. Lori Luna, it is with deep appreciation for your 33 years of outstanding dedication, compassion, and inspiration as an educator of Farmersville Unified School District. Your impact on generations of students will be felt for years to come. Wishing you joy and fulfillment in your well-earned retirement. With gratitude, Farmersville Unified School District. Thank you so very much, my friend.
Oh, my God, I'm gonna take your
picture now. Appreciate you, man.
Are there any Hester teachers here present?
You good in the middle, or you good?
Yeah, I'll go to
Oh, I see.
Sorry. It's okay. I didn't like it.
Miss Alstad, thank you.
Laura, you're part of Hester. There we go. Thank you.
At this moment, we'd like to have Dr. Gonzalez come on up. Take a moment to honor our beloved Lisa Preheim.
Good evening, school board members, Superintendent Mendez, principals, district team, parents, teachers, and community members. My name is Jesus Gonzalez, and I have the honor of serving as a principal of Farmersville High School. Tonight, I am deeply privileged to stand before you to recognize and celebrate an extraordinary career of truly remarkable educator, Miss Lisa Preheim. Ms. Preheim's career spans over 3 decades, 34 years exactly, with 29 of those remarkable years devoted to the students and families of Farmersville Unified School District. That level of commitment alone is exceptional, but it's the way Ms. Preheim has served that truly sets her apart. She has been more than a teacher. She has been a mentor, a role model, a steady presence, and a tireless advocate for every student who has entered her classroom. Generations of Farmersville students have benefited from her wisdom, her compassion, and her belief in their potential. Many of her former students have gone on to achieve success in college, careers, and community leadership, and they often point back to Ms. Preheim as one of the people who have made a lasting difference in their lives. Parents have trusted Ms. Preheim not just to educate their children, but to care for them, to nurture their growth and encourage their dreams. She has been a source of reassurance, inspiration, and unwavering dedication to the families of this district. Her impact extends far beyond the classroom. Ms. Preheim has helped shape the culture of our schools and our district throughout her leadership, her collaboration with colleagues, and her constant support of school-wide initiatives. She has always been a kind educator who steps up, speaks up, and lifts up those around her. In every way, Ms. Preheim presents the very best of what it means to be a public servant and an educator. Her legacy will live on in the lives she has touched, in the halls she has shaped, and the hearts of all who were lucky enough to work alongside her or be taught by her. We are incredibly grateful for her years of service, her deep commitment to education, and the love she has poured into this community. Please help me honor Miss Lisa Preheim. So at this moment, we have a couple of colleagues who would like to share some words and memories in honor of Ms. Preheim and the incredible mark she has left on Farmersville.
Thank you. I'm going to read two things here. I prefer to play with that baby. He's awesome. Or she's awesome. That's a cool kid.
Amen.
For those of us who know and love Miss Preheim, we call her Lisa, so this will be to Lisa, okay? Lisa, from all of us at Farmersville High School, I wanted to tell you how you will be sorely missed. As a friend and a fellow teacher, you were a hard worker with high standards. You were always loyal and dedicated to your students, and you did your absolute best for them every day. As the site rep and bargaining member, I always appreciated your input, your insight, and your support. I could always count on you for anything related to union activities. You opened the high school in 1998 and have stayed as one of our best teachers year in, year out for that entire time. For all of us long-term veterans, many of us standing here, we're both happy and sad to see you go. Happy because we all want the best for you in all of your endeavors. We wish you nothing but happiness, joy, and a wonderful retirement. Sad because you have been such a good friend, a great teacher, and a wonderful source of knowledge and expertise for staff and students alike. So, we love you. Unfortunately, one of our teachers who's unable to be here tonight wanted me to read something to you specifically. She says, Preheim, I don't know where to begin or where to end. Farmersville High School has always had you there. You were there before the campus was even ready. From your milk mustache ads to the student pictures. And then to being at the soccer game where I met my husband, to you being at our wedding. Our mutual love of little white doodle dogs will never end. Mia learned to jump on the couch because she stayed with you. Thankfully, she didn't learn that sleeping in a bed all night was allowed. More than once, we have both referenced our different teaching styles and appreciated that our styles were good for all of our students. I'm so happy for you, and Farmersville High School will never be the same for me. Who will I share my food truck obsession with now? I hope you can enjoy your time with Silas and baby number 2. Thank you for always being there and asking about my family. I love you, I will miss you, and I still can't wait to spend time with you outside of work. Yes, here you go.
And at this time, it's my great pleasure to invite Ms. Lisa Preheim to the podium to share a few words with all of us.
Very few. And I just want to remind you that Emmanuel cried first. I'll thank him for that tomorrow. So thank you for all the nice words. This is really special, and I'm really touched. This is my niece's trick. I'll try it. So I'm really excited to be retired and to not have homework for the first time in over 50 years. But the actual leaving part is hard. So I appreciate my colleagues being here. I came to Farmersville with the class of 2000. That was our first class when they were freshmen. And I feel like I'm graduating now with the class of 2025. So it took me a little longer to complete it than my class of 2025 peers, but I had the special opportunity to participate in all 25 graduations so far. So that's a special memory for me. During my time here, Farmersville has become my second hometown, and my colleagues and students are like family. It kind of works. I especially love that so many of my kids are now my colleagues and supervisors and our community leaders. As I've grown older, students no longer accidentally call me mom. But I love it when second-generation Aztecs find pictures of their moms or dads on my wall. The wall's down now, my room is so naked. But I'm surviving this transition by reminding myself that, as a self-appointed community member, I can still watch my students' games and ceremonies, and hopefully I can still visit on occasion as a substitute teacher. I'm retiring with wonderful memories and gratitude for the amazing people I've been able to work with and work for. I will be an Aztec always.
In honor of Lisa Preheim, with deep appreciation for your 29 years of outstanding dedication, compassion, and inspiration as an educator, your impact on generations of students will be felt for years to come. Wishing you joy and fulfillment in your well-earned retirement. With gratitude, Farmersville Unified School District.
We will go ahead and take a brief break, a 10-minute break for refreshments and for us to mingle.
8:04?
Okay.
8:04.
Congratulations.
We'll see you though.
Congratulations. Good to see you again. Bring the baby again.
Yeah.
We want to see her grow up. I have big Patrick.
for 10 second?
You ready? No.
Or
Okay.
two, one. Okay, we are back with 8.0, public comments. Members of the public may address the board on any agenda item or other item of interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board, before or during the governing board's consideration of the item. The board is not able to discuss or take action on any item not appearing on the agenda. Pursuant to board policy, the board may limit individual comments to no more than 3 minutes and individual topics to 20 minutes. Please begin your comments by stating your name.
The board asks that during public comment, everyone be respectful of the speakers. Members of the public should not interrupt or interject while another person is giving their public comment. During public comments, there shall be no use of foul language. Should a member of the public have a concern about a specific employee, we ask that you direct those concerns to myself after this meeting so that the concerns can be handled through the proper procedures. Please do not use employee or student names during public comment. School board, we do have one, Ms. Nora Alstead. Agenda item for subject is FTA.
Good evening, board. My name is Nora Alstead. I am the Farmersville Teacher Association president. I also teach music at Hester and Snowden. I just have a couple comments tonight. The first thing I want to say is I appreciate the fact that since I've taken over as president, I did have a few of Mr. Dybus's president release days, and Mr. Mendez and I have been able to meet for the last few weeks. On each of those days, had some open dialogue. I appreciate having that time, having that dialogue, because I know that with communication comes solving of some things. We've been able to, especially to talk out some of the K-3 transition pieces and a few other pieces for different campuses. I do have a concern. In our last bargaining session, one of the things we talked about was having a committee to talk about teacher retention. And I'm going to blame FTA as much as the district for really not following through with that. Because if you have looked in the last few weeks, we're seeing a number of resignations again. I would encourage the district and the board to talk to some of those people, and so that we can really get to the bottom of why are people leaving Farmersville. You know, I'm going to speak just for me personally. I get offers consistently. There are districts who call me, we really want you to come and thank you. I'm staying in Farmersville. I love the kids at Hester and Snowden. I love my colleagues at Hester and Snowden. And I do believe that Farmersville can be an amazing district to work in. But there are some things that we all need to work on. My final comment for tonight, I know I talked to you all about May 17th, about the Fight for School rally that was going to happen at Hanford. I want to follow up a little bit with that. We had somewhere between 800 and 1,000 people, which is huge for Hanford. Okay, I mean, when they do things over there, they typically get 150, 200 people. We had people coming from Bakersfield that came up on the train. We had people from Fresno that came down on the train. We had people from Madera that came. We even had somebody from Channel Islands that came over for our event. But the piece for Farmersville that I want to highlight is Nancy Delgado, who is currently a third grade teacher at Snowden Elementary. About a month ago, one of her class projects was she had students write a letter to Dolores Huerta. She had kept those and had not given them back to the students. She told her students on Friday, hey, I'm going to go to this event where I'm going to see Dolores Huerta, and I'm going to do my best to give these to her. When we came back, Dolores Huerta ended up closing the rally because she was late coming up from LA. Nancy, man, she worked her way up, and if you know Ms. Delgado, she's kind of a quiet and, you know, not going to be the first one to push out there in line, but she was right up front. And when Dolores Huerta was brought up before she was introduced, because I was standing behind holding a banner, here's Nancy with her stack, and she's giving to her and saying, Ms. Huerta, these are letters from my students. I told my students I would do my best to put them in your hand. And she took those, thanked Ms. Delgado for bringing them. Her daughter was with her, gave them to her daughter to hold on for. I have heard back since that because they left Fresno and went to Sacramento, that she read some of those on her way to Sacramento. If you have seen the article that the Fresno Bee did about this event, the big picture that's on the front, if you look where Dolores Huerta is, Nancy Delgado is standing right behind her. So I just want to say that, you know, we talk about Farmersville being a leader. Man, that is being a leader. Having students write letters to somebody like that, and for her to get out of her comfort zone, get up to the front, and to be able to personally hand those to her. I have chills. I got chills that day watching it. I'm getting chills just talking about it. So that's all I have to say for tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, 8.1, superintendent comments.
Yes, as we get closer to wrapping up another successful school year, I want to continue thanking our FUSD staff for their dedicated efforts to provide an effective instruction and learning opportunities for all Farmersville Unified School District staff, students, and families. I want to share some highlights. Last week, Emmanuel talked a little bit about the FFA banquet, and those that were in attendance would agree that it was an incredible student-led event celebrating the achievements of FFA students and in recognizing the outstanding success in the classroom, on the farm, and in competitions throughout the year. So thank you, students and staff at Farmersville High School. It was amazing. The Dandelion Junior High student theater performances. My goodness. Those that had an opportunity to see that would have been amazed. I was amazed. I mean, it was honestly a fantastic showing. Students proudly showcased their passion for the performing arts, and if we don't know, that's something that's up and coming here in Farmersville. We have to give all students an opportunity to express themselves. And at Farmersville Junior High School, they're definitely doing that, being led by Mr. Corrales and his tiny troop. But let me tell you, they're a powerful troop of students. It was inspiring to see their voices shine on stage. The support from families and staff was remarkable. So we're excited to see what this turns into. It's going to be nice this coming year. And then this week, as we close out, a lot of events. This is where things start to just close on in. So tomorrow, May 28th, Farmersville High School has their awards scholarship night, 6 p.m. May 29th, Thursday, after school Sparks showcase at 4, and then right after or during or in between, depending on where you're at, junior high school also has their academic awards. That starts at 6:30. This Friday, our EL reclassification here at the district office. And then next week's going to be an interesting one and a blessing for all. It's all June 3rd, Tuesday, from 9 to 10:30, Deep Creek Academy will have their graduation at the Boys and Girls Club from 9 to 10:30. On Tuesday, that same day, our senior farewell assembly will be throughout all of, I believe, the 2 sites, Hester and Snowden. Does that sound correct, Dr. Gonzalez? Hester, Snowden, and Freedom. And that starts at 10:10 all the way through 11:30. And then on June 4th, Hester promotion at the Boys and Girls Club from 8:30 to 10. June 4th, that same day, we have a 6th grade promotion right after at 11 a.m. And then June 4th, that same day, we have junior high promotion from 7 to 8 at Farmersville High School Stadium. And then last but not least, we have Farmersville High School graduation, the epitome of the students going TK through 12th grade. And that's June 5th from 7:30, it starts at 7:30 p.m. So the beautiful thing is going to be nice and fresh that day, at least that's what the weather forecast has for us. And so we look forward to continuing to support the growth and success of Farmersville Unified School District students. Great things always continue to happen at Farmersville. Farmersville up. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try to move these along. Rosemary, let me know if I'm going too quick. 10.0 K through 8 issues. 10.1 approval of top readers end of the school year trip to Galaxy Theaters, Tulare, California on May 28, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have a 10.2, approval of UC Merced Talent Search Program, June 9th, 2025 through July 3rd, 2025 at FJHS Classroom.
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion by Merced Zamora and a second by Freddie Espinoza.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I have a 4-0. 10.3, approval of flower donations from Farmersville Florists for 2025 promotion ceremony.
Motion.
Second?
I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. 10.4, approval of banner donations by Alejandra Tapia.
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Freddie Espinoza and second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. 12.0, curriculum. 12.1, approval of Farmersville Unified School District CDS Code Farmersville Independent Study.
Motion.
Second?
Motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any questions?
Nope.
12.2, approval of MTSS Professional Learning Institute Conference in Anaheim, California, July 21st to the 24th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
With the request?
We have a motion by Mr.
Question or
Espinoza.
request?
This is supposed to be a pretty good conference. Is there any way they could come back and maybe
Give a report.
very quick report on, because I know there's counselors, administrators,
Social workers.
and social workers, and
And
how
academic
is it
coaches.
that all of them are gonna work together and cooperate to implement what's, I guess, basically being taught, and how is that gonna affect the kids?
Absolutely.
Benefit the kids?
That's a perfect request. That is one of our practices from here on out. Whenever we do send people from professional development, the idea is that they come in and share that newfound knowledge with everyone else, so we can make that happen.
Okay, so I still have a motion by Freddie Espinoza and a second by Merced Zamora with the request to report back.
Second by John.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. 12.3, approval of agreement with California Teaching Fellows Foundation for Summer Expanded Learning Program.
Motion.
Second?
A motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.4, approval of agreement with California Teaching Fellows Foundation amendment for school year 2024 through 25.
Motion.
Second. Merced.
I have a motion by Freddie Espinoza and second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.5, approval of 2025 through 26 TCOE Memoranda of Understanding MOU for services to migrant students, migrant education, and education region 8th.
Motion.
John Alvarez,
Second.
sorry. Motion by John Alvarez and second by Freddie
Freddie.
Espinoza. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 12.6, approval of 2025 through 26 TCOE work plan for integrated English language development services.
Motion with the question?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion with the question by Merced and second by John
Who
Alvarez.
we're gonna have to follow up, make sure that, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing if the administrators will be gone for the summer? Question. And then this is where we have the speech therapist coming into summer school, right? 4 hours
Yeah,
Tuesday,
4 hours.
and 4 hours
8 hours a
Thursday,
week.
or 8 hours a week,
Yep.
guaranteed?
Yeah.
Mr. Ochoa, do you want to share a little insight on our work plan for integrated yield?
Correct, so 12.6 is professional development for the 2025-26 school year, not a summer services. So this will be coaching cycles supported by TCOE Sandy Cahill, including our ELD coordinator, Anna Grimm, working in conjunction with our academic coaches to go in and work with our teachers at grade levels K through 12 next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion by Merced Merced Zamora with a question and a second by John Alvarez. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. 12.7, approval of 2025 through 26 Avid contract.
Motion.
Second.
John Alvarez motion and a second by Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.8, approval of Dr. Jose Medina Educational Solutions LLC contract.
Motion with the question.
Second, with another question.
I have a motion by John Alvarez with a question and Merced Zamora with another question.
Question is, how many teachers are gonna be in the training?
Mr. Ochoa?
So there are our dual language program.
Yeah.
For next year, we'll run the grades K through 6, so there are 2 teachers per grade level.
We've got 12 teachers. 12 teachers, $7,000 a day for 12 teachers, $70,000 on the contract. This guy must be good, huh?
He's one of the foremost authorities in dual language in the nation.
I thought Manuel was. Okay.
Yeah, Manuel.
Manuel, I'm sorry, senor. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that's the dual language piece.
Yep, okay, all right, good, good.
Just same thing, just a follow-up on this, because I know that we're gonna probably have teachers that are not gonna be part of this program, and to see if there's anything in place that we could, I guess, share his information with them when they come, come into practice, or I guess into teaching.
And there's some work he's already doing with us this year, and so we're building on that work as we expand our K through 6. And 6th grade will be our last grade level that we expand out to for dual language. So at this point, it's about getting deeper and working on our program, much like with our guitar program tonight.
Yeah.
It's
Does
a tool.
he accept walk-ins? You can walk, no? Per person, okay.
Okay.
Can I just say that I've heard from some of the dual language teachers, with some of the work they've already done with him, and it's nothing but stellar comments.
I just think we should invite more people that might be interested in the future in being in the program, that's what I think. But that's just me.
I know we do have it open for our site administrators as well, that they do come in, and our teachers on special assignments, because they do focus on,
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And, no board members, no?
Um,
We're good, I'm just kidding.
So
All right.
board members can definitely
No.
come on by and check this out. That'd be good.
Okay,
Okay.
motion and a second.
Motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.9, approval of Tulare County Probation Agreement Amendment.
Motion with a comment.
I have John Alvarez, motion with the comment, and Merced Zamora, second.
Comment is probation officer sometimes runs people away. Let's try to utilize this the best we can without creating a negative environment. Senor.
Yes.
That's my Spanish.
Yeah, I like the Spanish. Mr. Juarez,
All right.
real
Por
quick,
favor.
real quick, the purpose of this extra, the grant that we received to,
Intervention, communities that probation's putting in.
Yeah.
They're gonna start it at the elementary levels to start supporting the students, but the probation officer is not gonna be punitive, it's not a punitive approach, it's gonna be them taking more of the, social, emotional, behavioral approach, working with them, putting them in groups, and providing them with, support services.
So no gun on campus or anything like that?
No,
Or big sticks or clubs? No, we're good, okay.
Probation, but I think the kids that we recommend to the probation officer at the site, that they've been trained, through Tulare County Officer Ed.
Yeah.
Through different curriculum, so that we provide that support.
Yeah. The heart of the child is very important. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.10, approval of math textbook adoption extension.
Motion.
Second.
Question?
I have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced, and we have a question.
Question is, funding is coming from arts, music, and then a grant. Arts and music. So I want to make sure we're not depleting our art and music program. I don't know what those are. I don't know what the funds on those are. I just know that there's 3 fund, and not just this one, but also the next one.
yeah, this is one-time funding. I'll have our state and federal programs director, Mr. Ochoa, answer that, add a little to that.
This is a one-time block grant that's allowed to be used for music, arts, and instructional materials. This is not the same as the
Okay.
that is an ongoing funding source for art, theater, and music. And so this one-time block grant is allowed for instructional materials, so this is in line with the purposes of the one-time grant.
Okay, and it does not affect our arts and music programs, which we're expanding. Manual's gonna be in plays and everything, so we wanna make sure that we're still covering.
Dandelion, absolutely.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
any other questions? Okay, I have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, a second by Merced Zamora, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I have a 4-0. 12.11, approval ELA textbook adoption extension.
Motion?
Second?
I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 12.12, approval of independent contractor SLP agreement.
Motion with the question, that's the one that has a question.
Second.
Merced Zamora motion with the question and John Alvarez second.
So this is the one with the summer school. Do we know how many students are in line to receive the services? I know it's a little bit preemptive with no registrations yet, I'm assuming for summer school?
For, before Ms. Lilia Flores answers, I just want to say this is the first time we are getting an in-person SLP to come back. So this is a big move for Farmersville. Go ahead, Mrs. Casillas.
And then just to follow up on that, how will we be ensured that all IEP requirements, service minutes are met during the summer?
Well, she has service tracker, so we.
Is anybody gonna like supervise her, monitor her, make sure that
Yes,
that's being
yes.
done?
I will.
I'm not saying that she's gonna fabricate documents, I'm just saying somebody has to be on top of it.
Yes, yes.
Can you walk us through Service Tracker really quick? What is Service Tracker?
Yes, in SAYS, the providers, they enter their minutes, and then once they, enter the minutes, they have to upload it into SAYS. And that way, administrator, they can go in there and then
Anybody can see
also
that.
look up
Good.
in their IEP, and they can see that downloaded, document.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, motion by Merced Zamora, second by John Alvarez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 13.0 personnel. 13.1 approval of certificated personnel, item 13.1.1 through item 13.1.5.
Motion with a comment.
Second.
I have a motion by John Alvarez with a comment and a second by Merced Zamora.
Comment is, can we remove Benitez from that?
Yeah, I think everybody in this room would agree.
All right.
We'd love to keep Mr. Benitez
Yeah.
be part of Farmersville Unified School
It's
District.
okay, ever forward.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 13.2, approval of classified personnel, item 13.2.1.
Motion?
Second?
I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 13.3, approval of classified personnel, item 13.3.1 through item 13.3.2.
Actually, could I go back to 13.1 with Benitez and abstain from that one?
You want to abstain?
Yes, let's go back
You
to
can, but
13.
he's still gonna go.
Yeah, I just want to abstain as a,
Yeah, that's
being a
fine.
relative.
You can, make a
13.
note.
So
Abstention.
13.1 will be a 3-0-1.
Not that I want him to go, but
Yeah.
it's fine. Good.
Okay. 13.3, approval of classified personnel, item 13.3.1 through item 13.3.2.
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 13.4 Personnel Action Report, information only. 13.5 Approval of bilingual authorization waiver to teach dual immersion for Maria L. Barrios at Freedom School.
Motion?
Second?
Second with the question.
Okay, I got a motion by Freddie Espinoza and a second by, do you want to get to it?
So we're waiving.
Zamora.
Merced.
Yeah. So creating the waiver, I guess the question is, I know that there's some, once they go into or get certified, somebody supervises them to make sure what they're doing is correct. Are we gonna have that in place where even though we're doing the waiver, somebody's still gonna monitor and make sure that things are being done correctly?
Yeah, so they work directly with Tulare County Office of Education, but we also work with our principals and people at the site to support them.
Okay. Motion by Freddie Espinoza and a second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 13.6, Farmersville Teachers Association, initial sunshine proposal for collective bargaining agreement negotiations, 2025 through 26, information only. Okay, 14.0, board business. 14.1, consideration of any item any member of the board wishes to have on a future agenda or provide a written update. Merced, do you have any?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Espinoza, Mr. Alvarez?
Yeah, I'd like to move forward with bond projects, cafeteria, and FFA. If we can have it on the agenda of the next meeting to discuss those, possibly starting at the blueprints or designs to move forward. And it'll take a year to get this thing going, but I'd like to get started if we could.
Bond projects, discuss cafeteria and ag farm.
Yes.
For next.
FFA.
FFA, excuse me, for the next board meeting.
Yes.
Discussion.
Okay. I know I had requested previously, if we had any students that were not, going to be passing or anything. I just want to make sure that we've done everything. If we have any, hopefully we don't have any that aren't graduating or promoting or moving on. But if so, have we done everything that we possibly could to help them?
We have definitely not forgotten. We were supposed to do it tonight, but we had a whole bunch of
Yeah.
different things, and so
Yeah.
we moved it for the 10th.
Okay.
We have all three principals. One principal will not be in attendance, but because he had a previous meeting that he had to be a part of, but the other two principals will be presenting for him.
Okay. And I just want to make sure we're we're doing everything we can for our
Yeah,
students.
items for discussion are gonna be response to intervention and everything else from counseling to social work and all the
Okay.
other pieces in between.
All right. Move on to 15.0, business services. 15.1, purchase of 2025 Ford Transit T350 passenger van to support food service department.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 15.2, annual report on the use of developer fees.
Motion with a question and or a.
Second.
Okay. John Alvarez with
Yeah.
a,
Yeah, Merced.
and Merced
Second.
with second.
The developer fees, the opening of, the use of, possibly on the agenda so that we specifically know where this is going. Like a lot of things, we need to know in advance, you know what I mean? Looks like we're going into a new era here, so let's be prepared for that. We might need a little money from different spots, make sure we're good to go. So anyway, motion made.
Mr. Alvarez, did I hear a comment, maybe a report to see how much is in there and what we're,
Well, no, I know how much is in there, so $577,643 in there, I know that, or $426.13. But where can it be used, how can it be spent, restrictions concerning those fees. But it's always big interest and payments is very critical, so fine tune that information if you would, please.
Okay. Motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor? Opposed? 4-0. 15.3, adoption of a developer fee study and the resolution to increase statutory school fees.
Motion.
Second.
I got a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Okay, 15.4 and 15.5 are going into closed session. 15.6, approval of facility use request, Farmersville High School practice field. And are we just doing both at the same time? 15.7, approval of facility use request, Farmersville High School football stadium.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being patient.
Motion? Are we going forward?
Yes.
Okay, motion to waive fees as long as cleanup is done, and we don't have to have somebody out there to clean them up. Yes. So if I leave my truck there, you guys could wash it while you're doing that? Just kidding. Okay. I appreciate you guys have been doing it for years.
Okay, so we're motioning to cover all fees,
Yeah, waive of fees.
the waive of fees.
Well, that's my motion. And
Second.
Fees waived.
I have a comment.
Right.
So like, I know like we're moving forward and we're using our facilities. I don't know if we have like a paper in place that says like, if you do use a facility, these would be the costs, but then like, oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay, then, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it, I
So
got
you
it.
can-
It's right here.
If you read it,
And
you can
then-
use it if you wish, or you can wish not to.
Alrighty, I'm gonna look at it.
Okay, so I have a motion by John Alvarez and a second by Merced Zamora to waive all fees.
Just to confirm, most of these kids, like 95% of them are
Are from
farmers,
Farmersville.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would these motions stick for both 15.6 and 15.7? Do you need me to read it? Do I read them out?
We'll read them
Yeah,
out.
read
just
'em
to
out.
be
Okay,
safe.
15.6, motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 15.7, approval of facility use request, Farmersville High School football stadium.
Okay, motion, waive the fees. I give you guys an opportunity to speak.
Yeah,
Okay.
second
Motion
to
made.
waive
Second
the
to
fees.
Freddie, okay.
I have a motion by John Alvarez to waive all fees and a second by Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you for being patient.
17.0, future meeting dates. 17.1, June 10th, 2025, June 24th, 2025.
Correct.
20.0, adjournment to closed session at 8:52 p.m. 20.1, conference with labor negotiator GC 54957.6. It is the intention of the board to meet in closed session to review its position and instruct its designated rep, agency designated representative Manuel Mendez, name of organization, FTA CSEA Management. 20.2, public employee discipline, dismissal, release, complaint, government code 54957. 20.3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivision D2 and E of section 54956.9, one case. Thank you.
It is, 90% of our conversation was
15.4
talking
is
about how we missed
information only.
you. 90% of our conversation in there was talking about how we missed you.
We're gonna do the two, 15.4, 15.5.
30 seconds.
Okay.
I'll second.
Do it tomorrow morning? Do you want to do it tomorrow morning, or do you want to do it?
She loves her job. You love your job.
Thumbs up?
We are back in open session at 9:47. And we are on 15.4, Go Bond Fund update, that's informational only. 15.5, approval of Farmersville High School campus-wide fire alarm system upgrade funding and discussion.
A motion to have it paid out of, general fund.
And second that.
Okay, I have a motion from John Alvarez to have this paid out of the general fund and a second from Freddie Espinoza. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Okay, we go back to 21.0, action taken in closed session items. 21.1, conference with labor negotiator GC 54957.6. It is the intention of the board to meet in closed session to review its position and to instruct its designated rep, agency designated representative, Manuel Mendez, name of organization, FTA CSEA Management. No action taken. 21.2, public employee discipline, dismissal, release, complaint, government code 54957. No action taken. 21.3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivision D2 and E of section 54956.9. One case, no action taken. Adjournment at 9:48.
Motion.
Motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0.